Okay, everyone, how you all doing? Dave Wiggins here. I'm going to do a quick interview, and well, I don't know how long it's going to last. I know one of these players likes to talk a lot, and the other one doesn't like to talk a whole lot. So we'll see how that goes. So we're going to have a chat with these players just to see how we're doing at the minute. So the first player we're going to talk to tonight is
Paddy McNally, centre half, Portadown FC, number 18.
Great. And then we've also got
Bonis, 24, striker.
There we go. Brilliant. Listen, boys, thanks very much for giving your time this evening. We're recording this on, what day is this? Thursday? Is this Thursday?
Don't ask me.
Yeah.
During lockdown, there's only 3 days. Do you know that? Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Nobody knows anything apart from
Happy days.
That's about it. So, boys, listen. Obviously, we're in slightly strange times where we have to stay in separate houses and talk to each other. But I've got some questions for you. Some light-hearted ones, some maybe that are a little bit more serious. And I've got a couple of questions from your manager on my phone here as well. Obviously, those will be very serious, and we'll get to those as well. So, listen, before we do, I was asking my son Levi about 3 weeks ago who his current Portadown favourite players are. So he used to love Kevin Amuneki, and Mark Carson, of course. Everybody loves Carsey. So I was asking him, who's your 3 favourite current Portadown players? So Lee, who do you think they were? 1, 2, and 3.
Me, Adam Sally, and Bobby Edwards. Oh, current.
Current, yeah.
I would say me, Adam Sally, and Paddy McNally.
No kid wants to be a centre half, did it?
Well, this is it, Paddy. This is it. 2 out of 3. Paddy, what do you think?
Lee, I'll go sort of all the players that score goals. So I'll go Lee, Adam Sally, and I'll go with Chris Lavo.
Not bad. I thought he would go all strikers as well, but he actually went. And I think this mightn't be in whose favourite players are, just who the most handsome men in the Portadown team are. So he went number 1, Lee Bonis, of course, local boy, goal scorer. Number 2, Patrick McNally himself. There you go.
I'll have to give your kid a few quid.
You must have smiled at him at some stage. But wait for it. Number 3, Greg Hall.
How did I forget about him?
What 8-year-old wants to be a right back?
You can't not like Greg.
This is true.
No one wants to be a right back.
Well, I was a right back for a while, but I think basically I've brainwashed him, because on so many occasions I've said, see if we had 11 Greg Halls in that team. See if we had 11 Greg Halls in that team. And I think
you brainwashed him?
Brainwashed him, yeah.
Some man, some player.
I know. He gives it all. Listen, we love all the players, but that was just to loosen us up a wee bit. But I also wanted to give you both the opportunity to defend yourselves, because obviously the players were given a bit of chat on the Portadown social media accounts over the last month or so. So Patrick McNally, first of all, teacher's pet was the allegation that everybody put the words yourself. So true, false?
I'm definitely going to say false. They were saying, I think everyone gave the reason that I was joining in late in the training. Now, I did explain this on my own one, but I was actually doing stuff at the side of the pitch before training started. Right,
so what you were doing was mostly just talking to the manager and the coaches.
Well, to be fair, right. So who stands there? So the manager, Trev, and Hallball. So I would sit and talk to them in scales, but I'd be stretching away So
teacher's pet, true or false? Teacher's pet, true or false? That's what we want to
know. No, I didn't do one of these videos, but it's true.
Yeah.
Unreal.
All right. Well, listen, you haven't defended yourself. Lee Bonis, over to you then. The allegation put to you was party animal. You're the man who everybody wanted to be with on a night out. Conal McGrandless sort of came in there in second place, but...
I don't know. It's a hard one. I usually get dragged out.
Aye.
and then I get everybody else out. But I'll take that. That's not too bad.
There definitely was a recent photograph of you on the Ma Berries social media account, like.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay. So neither of you are defending that, so fair enough. The boys have got you sussed. So both of you, I suppose, then, we're in lockdown. I don't know how long it is now. We've been in lockdown in our house for about 6 weeks, I think. Obviously, I don't know, is it 7 weeks since we played football?
Haven't a clue. It seems like about a year ago.
Yeah, I reckon it's 6 or 7 weeks. So do you miss it, Lee? Do you miss it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You don't know how much you miss it until you don't play it for so long.
Yeah.
Hard, like.
And the thing about it is, every summer you don't play football for 2 months, but you expect to be, I presume you expect to be playing football in March and April, you know. Paddy?
Yeah, I do miss it big time. I don't just miss the playing side of it. I miss meeting up with the boys on a Saturday, and even the wee hour and a half I have the guy in the dressing room, I'll have a bit of crack and whatever, and stuff like that there. Or even the wee couple of beers after. But I miss the social aspect of it. But of course I miss playing too. Like, but as you say, like you do 2 months every year. The difference is the country's not in lockdown then, you know.
Yeah, I had a chat with Matthew Tipton, your manager, on Zoom a couple of weeks ago, and he was saying, you know, apart from the football side of it, he really felt for you guys especially, but also him and the coaches. You know, part of the whole plan for a team is, you know, it's the structure of your week. You know, training Monday, Wednesday, you have a match on Saturday. You're seeing the same faces, you're telling the same jokes, you're stopping for a drink, and the social aspect is as important as maybe missing the football as well. So what, I mean, so how do you deal with that generally? Like, are you doing your own training, Lee? Are you know, does it get you down sometimes? Or are you able to just go, this is the way it is?
At the start, I struggled big time. Went for the odd run, but now you just have to keep going, because you'll feel yourself slowing down, just forgetting about it. But I just keep running. I was doing a few stuff out the back and all too with the ball, but it's not the same.
Yeah. So you're just running lots, are you?
Yeah, trying to keep my fitness up as much as I can.
Doing a bit of running myself, like I've
seen that.
Me and my wife both, fair play. She said she hasn't run since she was 12 years old. So we're doing couch to 5K, and I'm on week 3. And I think my heart and lungs are okay, but my legs are sore like all the time, you know. Paddy, what about you training wise? Are you keeping it up, and how obviously, you know, you can't do drills and you can't play 5-a-sides, but how is it?
I would echo what Lee said there. Like, I've struggled myself, and I've actually struggled mentally with it as well. So what I do is I do live sessions every day with my PT. So he'll come on and do a session live, and I'll train every day, and that's my escape sort of thing. And
like,
if I don't do that, then it makes me feel good, as well as keeping fit as well, you know. Now obviously you miss playing football, but
what sort of things are you doing, like star jumps and pull-ups and press-ups and all?
It's all mad stuff. Like, he's a machine, like he does it with me. So I'm just trying to keep up with him. Some days are easier than others, like, but it's sort of Monday to Saturday, so I've been doing that. There's nothing else to do, like, and as I say, it's keeping me fit as well, and I've run out a few runs as well, so doing plenty and trying not to put any weight on.
Yeah. He's putting any weight on?
I think I've lost weight.
Think so? I heard you were Chinese on the way.
Well, to be fair, I'm not going to deny it. I do have a Chinese on the way, but I deserve it.
Yeah, you do. Are you still staying in shape, Lee, anyway?
So. Say I have a pizza coming later.
Oh, good. That's all right. Listen, if you... So you're exercising, but you're having a pizza and you're having the Chinese. Well, listen, it's Thursday.
You're allowed a treat night.
It's treat night.
That's it. It's treat night.
We're recording Thursday night. I think during lockdown, Thursday's the start of the weekend anyway, isn't it?
Oh, big time. Right through to Tuesday.
Yeah. So I've a couple of questions from Mr. Matthew Tipton here, just to get those done. I asked him for these questions. He said, ask Paddy how he felt about getting thrown about Windsor like a paper bag by me when he was loan from Celtic. You're going to have to tell me. Were you playing for Cliftonville at the time?
Yeah, I was playing for Cliftonville.
I'll forgive you that, but
a wee skinny 18-year-old.
Were you marking him?
I was marking Tippy, aye, but
did he score?
I don't know. I don't think so. I can't actually remember. They battered us that night anyway, but which didn't happen very often. But he was good. He was just so experienced. I think it was the way he played the game, like the way he held the ball up and all. And I'd never come up against that in youth football before, and that was my first year in senior football. So
teacher's pet. Teacher's pet. Here we go. Teacher's pet. Great player. He was a great player.
But I'm not sure about getting through about but he probably got the better off me. I'm not going to deny it.
Fair play to you. Fair play to you. Lee, your question was, ask Lee, is he still using a spirit level during lockdown to get his haircuts? Don't know what that means, really.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. You've got the bowl out, have you?
No.
You've definitely had a wee haircut, have you, Lee?
Yes, my girlfriend's did too.
That's not bad. It's looking tidy enough, actually.
The first year, you should have seen the first one.
I'll see if you go into his and hers when lockdown opens.
Oh dear, I've never missed a barber so much in my life.
Is that right?
Lee, you still got my sweets?
Yes, mate. I've 2 boxes sitting in my house.
Happy days. I'll grab
them. Have you cut your hair at all?
What, mate?
You cut your hair?
Nah, mate. I'm just I get my hair cut every week. So this is the longest I've ever went without getting a cut. So just gonna let it grow out.
My wife cut mine about 3 weeks ago. I just gave her a picture of Greg Hall and said, "Can you give me the Greg Hall?" And it was fairly thin, but it's all started to grow back now. So
I can see the 2 fullbacks kicking on there anyway.
Yeah, I'm 40, you know. Right, moving along. So I suppose, listen, there's no way of knowing the answer to this question, but I always find it interesting to talk about. I mean, how do you see this season playing out, guys? Obviously, there's been loads of developments. I saw today that Paris Saint-Germain got awarded the league title in France without finishing their league. There's also, Loughgall have been deducted points today because some sort of Marcio Suarez registration.
Get out.
So I suppose the thing about that is, I think, how do you see it playing out? Paddy, what do you think? Do you think there'll be football the rest of this season, or what's your gut? You don't?
Yeah. I wanted to, of course I do, but see, for Irish League, and clubs, we can't play games behind closed doors because clubs don't have the finances to test every member of staff, whether it be players, medical, referees, and the second one being is Irish League clubs solely rely on the income through the gate. So for me, financially, it doesn't make any sense to clubs. And obviously, the most important thing is people's health. So I don't know. It's only my opinion, but I can't see it being. They'll have to make a tough decision here soon, and I don't know what that's going to be. I'm glad I'm not the one making it, but
I think that's fair. It's a very hard decision. But I think that's one of the key things, finances of clubs. And also for me, obviously I'm a supporter, so games behind closed doors, what's the point like?
No. Brutal.
I think if they did say we're going to play a game behind closed door, I'd definitely put my hand up and say I'll do ball boy that night. No bother at all. I'll get my yellow bib on and get back on the sidelines just to watch the game, Lee, what do you think? How do you think it'll play out? Or?
It is a tough one, like Paddy said, but I don't know. I can't see it happening. I can't. But as much as I wanted to, no, I can't see it. And whoever makes a decision, there's going to be people that's not going to be happy with it.
Yeah, but I think that's the problem too. And obviously knowing you two guys a bit as players and watching you, I'm sure you'd both be buzzing to get back out there and try and win the league on the pitch. Personally speaking, as a fan, I wouldn't want it to happen behind closed doors. And all I want for Portadown is promotion. So if they made the call tomorrow and said, you know, the league's over, Portadown win the league, I would be happy as Larry, you know. As much as potentially you'd miss out on a party and a celebration and lifting a trophy, something you said, Paddy, there, people's health is more important at this time. But I think probably, and you said it as well, you know, making a decision as soon as possible, so clubs know that's the end of the season and they can start thinking to next season, whether that is August or September.
Yeah,
or whatever.
It's hard. See, just on that, like you asked us, are we training? We're all doing our bit, like, but it's obviously not us. It's all the teams. Like all the lads are out training, and we don't even know what we're training for because we don't have any clarity on what's going on. But look, we're the least people need to worry about in terms of playing football. You know, obviously, as I say, there's a lot more important people than us. And this virus in itself is a lot more important than football. But it would be good if someone could tell us where we go. Listen, we'll start back in this date, or this is a possibility. But no one seems to be making any decisions, which is the most frustrating thing.
I think making a decision would be pretty important. And obviously, Linfield are clear at the top of the Premiership. We're clear at the top of the Championship. It was a bit iffy between Loughgall and Ballinamallard there, but now Loughgall have been deducted 4 points. Which I don't, looking at their players and coaches' social media today, I don't think they're too happy about. But at least they're not on Portadown's Facebook for a change. And, is there a scenario where they've been talking about maybe having a 14 league Premiership in Northern Ireland next year? So there's loads of scenarios, but I think they got to make a decision as quick as possible for everybody, really. So I would
just quickly, I would definitely go for the 14-team league. It's only my opinion, but I don't know how Lee feels about it. Like, but see, playing everyone 4 times, and it honestly gets repetitive at times. Like, I think a bigger league makes more sense. But again, who am I to say that? But it's just my opinion as a player. But promote. Personally, I would promote 2 from our league. I wouldn't relegate anyone from the Premiership, and I would go from there.
Yeah. Whenever I was younger, there was the top division. What's the first division? There was 16 teams in it. You played everybody just home and away once, and then there was an extra couple of, during the week cup competitions, which were really good fun as well. I like that idea. There was one season there was only 10 teams in the top division. We won the league. It was either 96 or 2002. Played everybody home and away twice home, twice away, like. And the crowds were good, but it just got a bit repetitive because, if you played Linfield 4 times and then you maybe got them in the cup, it's just too much, really.
Yeah. I think so.
Yes, most importantly is people stay safe, football look after itself, but I think making a decision and moving forward, NIFL need to make that decision. I think that would be really important. Lee, we've got a question in. I sort of said to the boys, we were doing this interview tonight, so somebody asked, could Lee give us a bit more about his journey in football? So we all know you Portadown boy from Killigamane, grown up playing football, went to school in Portadown, played in different teams. You were Portadown youth at one stage. What was your sort of development in football there? And there was people along the way, like Pizza was your teacher in school, I believe, and maybe coached a bit of football, and Big Neil McCullough coached you at times through the youth and stuff like that. So there's been people involved from Portadown the whole way through. Is that right?
Yeah. Went to school. Peter was obviously my primary 5 teacher. Yeah. Primary 6 teacher.
Did you ever call him a rude name in school?
No, but there's a couple of stories I could say, but I don't think it's relevant.
I heard when you were very, very young at school, you might have referred to his lack of hair at one stage.
Probably did. Probably is singing too on the guitar.
Oh, really?
But we'll not get into singing.
Okay.
No, I started off Portadown youth. It was very young as I can remember, like maybe 4, 5, 6.
Right.
Started off as a goalkeeper.
Right.
And played there till up to 11 aside.
Uh-huh.
Then Neil started coming in and just went outfield, went up top, got bored of playing nets because our team was just too good. So Neil was with him for about 4 years. Then started going in and out of the reserves, and Pizza was there, so met both them there. And then I left Portadown, went to Mid-Ulster League, which was very low standard of football. But
did you go to the BBO boys first?
Yeah, Portadown BBO boys. Went there, won the cup with them.
Right.
Stayed there for a year and a half, and then went to Seagull.
Did you score many goals with the BBO boys?
I scored loads of goals, obviously, but I can't remember how many.
Obviously.
No, then I went to Seagull for a year and a half and won the cup with them too. So.
Did you keep Kyle Abraham out of the team at Seagull?
Did. He was a wee joker, but he was a funny guy.
Still raging. I heard he's still raging.
He probably is. You're probably getting started now.
Yeah, I'd say so. I think he was there just for the socialising after, really.
Yeah, party animal.
And so Seagull, and then you came back to Portadown from Seagull, is that right?
Yeah. I got in contact with Pizza and Neil, contacted me first,
right,
and got talking to them, and just they said they like the look. So I went down and had a chat with them. I liked what I heard, so just got in contact with them again, and then went to a couple of training sessions and worked my way up.
Very good, good. We're glad you did. Was there any other teams showing interest at that stage and between Seagull and Portadown?
Yeah.
You don't have to say who, like. But.
Yeah, there was, but Portadown stood out by a mile, so.
Of course.
There was
and you've been a Portadown supporter, like, and.
Oh yeah, it was a no-brainer.
Yeah, brilliant. Great. Paddy, moving back to you then. So we're not sure if the season's over yet or not, but so far this season, what's been a match that stood out for you as being really enjoyable, or a moment, or something like that? Is there any?
Like, is this like
just this season?
A standout game? I would probably
say a match that you've enjoyed, or you feel like you played well yourself, or maybe or the last
not necessarily
winner,
because
this
one. I pick this one because it's not necessarily because I played well, or because we only played well for 45 minutes. We were brutal for 45 as well.
Can I guess?
I got a guess too.
Ards away.
Yeah,
Ards away. So I think what stood out for me that night was, I think that was as a squad, and we were obviously a new team and all. That was our first real test, I think. Test of character, and we came through it with flying colours. Because we as I say, like, make no bones about it, we were brutal in the first half, like, and they were battering us, like, and we just sort of regrouped ourselves at half time and says there's 45 minutes to win this game. So, and lo and behold, we won 4-2. Like, so I think that one sticks out for me just because it showed that our group have a set of swingers on us. So it was that's what pleased me most.
What I remember is at half time, 2-0 down, half of our crowd were still in the social club in Bangor, and when it got back to about 2 each, the crowd doubled again. Right? Yeah. But I just remember Conal hit a crap free kick straight into the wall, and it bounced back, and he just hit it so well, but it bounced literally straight onto his foot. And once we got one,
he's been living off it.
I know. Once we got that goal, I thought, right, this is good, and it was just such good crack then by the end, you know.
Lee, what about the one he scored in Granny Annie's the day after?
Oh mate, I was just about to say, do you remember the one at the bar? Oh no!
I'll tell you a story, Dave.
As long as it's for a family audience, yeah.
Aye, okay, right. So there was a crowd of people in Granny Annie's, and Conal lined them all up and put them in a wall. So, like, as in a wall, he says, "Go, everyone stand there," right? So he lines up the wall. He takes about 10 steps back and runs up as if he's going to kick a ball. But there's no ball there. He says, right, so he runs up, bang, pretends to kick a ball, and he goes bang straight into a top bin and just walked out like that.
Did he not tell him it hit the wall? No.
But he was absolutely steaming. We were all steaming, so it was just a team day out. So it was good crack. We were all outside, and he was inside taking free kicks.
Brilliant. Just the celebrations after that Ards match at the end, when the third goal went in and when the fourth goal went in, it was just great. Like, Lee, what about you? Paddy, by the way, I thought you were going to say your injury time or last minute winner down at Queen's. It might have been against the PSNA where we couldn't score for love nor money. Then you scored. Did you score at the end from a corner?
Yeah, I think I scored in the last minute, but we were down to 10 men, remember?
That's right, yes.
I would have said that one for a personal moment, but see the Ards one.
You're a team player. You're a team player.
Do you know what I mean?
Fair play. Fair play. Lee, what about you?
I would have said for the team game, I would have said Ards.
Yeah.
It was good atmosphere and all too, and we just pulled together. But for a personal moment, I would probably say my goal against Glentoran.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's not a happy moment, but for me, it was a good goal to score in that cup.
Yeah. Do you know what? I really missed Portadown against Glentoran matches, and they've always been big matches. And so whenever that goal went in, I think I was one of the first down at the fence, but you ran straight past me to your mates who were like, it was racing. But I thought, and then in extra time when we scored first, I thought, here we go. Here we go. It ended up a disappointment, but it was nice to be there, and it was nice to play against a team who were a division above us and hold their own and score goals, and there was a good crowd, and the old rivalry was back there, which was really nice as well. Contract-wise, where are you both at with the club? Or you leave a couple of years to go, have you? You signed recently, and so that's good. Paddy, where are you at contract-wise? Is yours?
We were actually in the middle of negotiating a new one, and then this happened. So it's put a stop to things, like. But so I think we'll probably try and get it sorted whenever obviously we get back. But God knows when that's going to be.
Okay, it's so right. So if any other clubs are listening, you're contracted for the next 5 years. Then sounds good. We'll move on from that one quickly then. Good stuff. I suppose before we came on, we were talking about the history of Portadown football. Before you were trying to work out how to get on this call, me and Paddy were having a wee chat. Just obviously, It's 30 years since we won the league for the first time, and Paddy, you were telling me a wee story about Brian Strain. Do you want to tell us that quickly?
So
obviously, Brian Strain was the first ever captain to lift the Gibson Cup to win the league with Portadown. So he's a legend in all of our eyes.
Yeah. No. So we were. I was living in Scotland. We come home for an international trip, and we're staying out in Temple Patrick. But we're doing a shape game up in. I can't remember who we were playing. To be honest, it was a 21s game or a 19s game. And we were doing a shape game the day before the game, and everyone's lined up. But no, I think Graham McLaughlin was our right back, but I don't know if he was there or he was injured. So the Stevie Robinson, the Motherwell manager, now he says to Strainer, who was the physio, here, go in the right back. And I can remember looking, going,
how long ago was this? This
would have been about 7-8 years ago, like.
Yeah.
And I can remember looking at the boy beside me and going, why is physio playing? No, I hadn't a clue Strainer played football, right? Because he never spoke about it ever. He was so modest. And then Robbo had told us that he shouted over, was there any wonder you played 600 games? And then it was only until after that we got talking, and everyone it was actually Robbo that told us that he was a captain to Portadown, that their first league title, and obviously he was such a success there as well, like. But no, such a modest man, like, and I didn't even know he played football, and there's me cursing him for playing right back. What's the physio doing playing right back? So
brilliant. Brilliant. I
reckon he was better than all of us. That's how I knew he played a bit. Do you know what I mean?
Except for Greg Hall, I reckon he would still get a game, like, to be honest. Although he was centre half for us, central defence. Why is that hard to say? He was a central defender for us, but brilliant. So it was an important anniversary for the club, and obviously all those guys are legends and will go down in folklore and everything, but I guess we'll have to look forward now as well. And as a supporter, I look forward to us gaining promotion, hopefully this season, if not in the seasons to come. And, you know, I want to see Portadown winning the cup again, or who knows, it'll be very, very difficult to. There's not too many teams outside Belfast have ever really won the league too often, but I suppose it's something as a club that Portadown has to aspire towards, winning the Irish Cup, winning the League Cup, you know, pushing on and trying to be a sort of top 6 Northern Ireland Premier League club, and hopefully that won't be in the not too distant future. Last question. Lockdown, is there any good TV shows that we should all be watching that you guys have watched? Listen, we know about Tiger King, so we don't need to talk about that anymore, okay? And we know all about Carl Baskin, I know. So, is there,
I'm starting a campaign to get Joe Exotic out of jail.
Are you?
That was the biggest farce I've ever seen, by the way. He's
right.
a lunatic, like, but your woman was up to no good, like.
I actually think if you had stumbled into that animal sanctuary, Joe Exotic might have taken a wee shine to you. No?
No comment. I'm not allowed to curse.
Any other TV shows you're watching?
Mate, The Last Dance, unbelievable. Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls.
That's Netflix, isn't it?
Absolutely incredible. Have you seen it, Lee?
No.
Mate, unbelievable. I'm not a big basketball fan, like, but it blew my mind. It was so good.
Brilliant. Lee, what about you? What are you guys watching?
I would say, now don't dig me on this. This is the best series ever.
If you don't want to say it now, because there's a chance.
I'll say it, no problem.
Go on ahead.
Our Girl.
Right.
What?
What's that about then? Is that a wee romantic comedy?
No. It's Michelle Keegan's in it.
Who's that?
The other one was in Coronation Street.
No.
Come
Anyway,
on.
right.
Are you joking?
Is she an attractive young lady?
I've never heard of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
I've never heard of it, mate.
Oh my goodness.
Is it
Is
a
it on
series?
Netflix?
You need to search. No, it's on. I think it's on BBC iPlayer.
Right. And is it a series?
Yep. It's
Copy
a
that.
series. I
Highly
think it's on TV.
recommended by Lee Bonis is the TV show Our Girl.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Unreal.
That'll
That's
do.
about to be good.
If
It
Portadown,
is really good. It is really, really good. You'll
Yeah.
like it, Paddy.
I have a feeling you might get a bit of abuse about that on social media. To be
Here,
honest.
I can take it. That's okay.
Well, listen, guys. I really appreciate you both taking the time tonight to come on and answer a few questions. It's nice for me as a supporter just to hear your stories and to have a bit of crack with you guys. So hopefully at some stage we'll be standing on the Shamrock Park pitch with a trophy, and hopefully you'll have a medal around your neck. But that remains to be seen. In the meantime, we just want everybody and you guys to stay as safe as possible, but as fit as possible as well. So go easy in the Chineses and the pizzas.
It's treat night, Dave.
Yes. Have to have some.
And Lee, enjoy. Where are you up to in Our Girl? Are you up to the second season?
I am all caught up.
All caught up.
Watched it on Tuesday night there, all caught up.
Right. Listen, boys, thanks very much for your time, and hopefully we'll see you back at the football soon.
Yes, mate, no problem.
All right.